What's up, y'all, and welcome to Sacramento Kings Convo. This is new. I'm trying this out. Obviously, I'm just a nobody YouTuber. I have other channels and things, but I love the Kings, so I thought I'd try this out. Basically, a vlog or video blog. Well, I don't know if I could call it that, but more of a news and conversation source for right after the game. I might do some live streaming. I might do some live during game streaming, stuff like that. My goal is to get right at you guys with the news right after the game ends. Start talking about the Kings right after the game ends. Whether it's good news or bad news, I'm gonna be there. So go ahead and subscribe if you're into the Sacramento Kings. You like Kings talk, cause we're gonna put it in. We're gonna get it in this year, okay? So let's get started. And basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play clips for y'all. Basically, highlights today because it's so late after the game. There's highlights all over the place. Some days I might just play live, my convo live, and I might just go right after the game. So just subscribe, and we're gonna have a lot of Kings talk. It's all about the Sacramento Kings. All right, y'all. All right. So some of the points from the game yesterday. The Kings lost yesterday, 124-95, and it was all in the second half. The Kings lost the game in the second half. They were actually winning the game at halftime. I had to go back and check it out, but they were actually winning the game at halftime, and it was all second half. A bunch of turnovers. The Kings went cold. They couldn't shoot in the second half, and the Phoenix Suns just got hot, and things just really got going for the Phoenix Suns in that second half. So I'm gonna get into some of these highlights, and I'm gonna talk at the same time. But like I said, turnovers was a big issue for the Kings, and also they got a couple injuries at the end of the game. Also, Buddy Hield twisted his ankle at the end in the fourth quarter, and then De'Aaron Fox had ice on his knee at the end of the game. I'm not sure what's wrong with De'Aaron Fox, but both of those guys seem to be injured. And then it came out today that Marvin Bagley injured his thumb, and he's going to be out for a month to a month and a half, 4 to 6 weeks. So it's kind of crazy how everything happened yesterday. Everybody was really hype and ready to see the Kings play, and then we had all these really bad injuries. So, you type Buddy Hield and you get some nice pictures of Buddy Hield. None of them show the injury from last night. Not in the top, anyway. But as you see right here, he was injured late in the game. He twisted his ankle, as you can see here. His ankle was twisted. At the end of the game, he talked about it. He said he's gonna play. He's gonna be able to play. But he did sit out practice, from what I heard today. He didn't practice with the Kings, and that's good. Let it rest. Let the ankle rest. Like I said, there was a lot of hype over this game. It was the opening day game, and the Kings played pretty good in the preseason. So I think everybody was hoping to see the Kings do some big stuff. I listen to Grant Napier and Doug Christie. They talk about the Kings, and that's their main topic. Once the Kings season gets going, that's their thing. And they had some pretty bold, pretty big predictions. I thought they were saying the Kings would probably go 48 wins. Was I want to say Doug Christie's prediction, and Grant Napier's prediction was like 45 wins. And I don't know. To me, I thought it was high. Even with everybody healthy, I thought that was high. Just because of how good the West is and how young the Kings are. But I was thinking more like 40 to 42 wins this year. They win half their games. I don't think that's a disappointment, not for this young team. And you know, I thought they might barely be able to get to the eighth seed, maybe. I think they can make the eighth seed, maybe seventh seed. But definitely with this injury to Bagley, they're not gonna. You know, that prediction is very high now. 48 and 45 wins. That's a high prediction now. With him missing 4 to 6 weeks, so that probably means he's gonna be missing around 10 games, at least 10 games. So that's already 10 games he's not gonna be in. I'm gonna just go ahead and adjust my Kings wins to, you know, I'd be really happy to see them win about 40 games, 35 to 40 games. I think that would be big in this Western Conference. I really hope to see them in the playoffs, but you know, with all these injuries so early in the season, we'll have to see how things go early in the season. They can squeak some wins out early on. So anyway, like I said, Buddy was talking about still playing. He said his ankle is sore, but I'm going to play regardless. He told reporters, "My ankle is sore, but I'm going to hoop, man. It's what I do." I love Buddy Hield's attitude. Tough, hard-nosed guy. He's ready to play. A little later, Fox banged knees with Suns big man DeAndre Ayton. See, I knew De'Aaron Fox did something to his knee. He banged knees with DeAndre Ayton. They wrapped him up with some ice. So it was a sour ending and a bad night for the Kings. They also lost by was it 30, almost 30 points. Expectations are high, but they can't reach their goals if either of the star guards are forced to miss any time. And now with the news of Bagley being hurt, also it hurts the Kings a little bit. So it puts a little damper on the opening. But the Kings will be back in action tomorrow when they play the Trailblazers in their home opener. So that should be very fun. That should be interesting right there. Alright, let's check out some of these highlights. A few of the things I noticed from the game, just from just, you know, observing the game, just my basketball players' IQ and observations. It seemed like Kelly Oubre was, man, he had a lot of energy out there. He was getting up and down the court. He was dunking on people. He was getting into the basket, driving to the hole, and he was also shooting. He even shot a few threes. So that's definitely a guy to keep your eye on that team. Is Kelly Oubre Jr. He seemed like a kid that was starving for attention out there. The way he was playing, he was definitely very visible and not somebody I think everybody accounted for. You know, everybody's scared to see Booker hit 40, 50, 60 points on him, but they don't take account for this new young guy, Kelly Oubre Jr., who's very athletic and to me was one of the big differences in the game. And then DeAndre Ayton was just beastly out there. He was just so big and just that big, strong center force that he was supposed to be last year. He kind of stood out in that game, at least, as definitely a dominant big man. So hopefully DeAndre Ayton can get back into his form this season and dominate. And you know, obviously, Bagley is from the Phoenix area, so you know Bagley. You know it's a little emotional. He gets a little emotional playing in Phoenix, especially against DeAndre Ayton, who was taken first. And you know, Bagley has stated in the past that he wanted to be taken first, and he felt like he was the number one guy in the draft that year. So he has a little bit of a chip on his shoulder at times, and he's a little emotional when he plays in Phoenix. You could tell. So just kind of unfortunate that he got injured and wasn't able to play to his fullest potential last night. But let's get to some of these highlights. That's about all I got to say about my observations.
Here from downtown Phoenix, Rubio able to quickly pluck it away from Hield, feeding Ayton. That one will get off his foot and roll out of bounds.
Shout out to Monty Williams, one start to take in regard to being wide.
Nice shot right there in the beginning for the King.
See the early ball movement here for the Suns as Rubio snakes along the baseline. And gets
Rubio is a sneaky little point guard. I like Rubio's game. They talk mess about oh, and that's what I was talking about. Oubre was getting in the hole. He was slimy. He was sneaking in there on guys. Buddy Hill was banging threes from the beginning. I want to say he hit like 6 threes.
Over 3 minutes gone by in this opener as Oubre Jr. gets across the lane with the left hand. Not there, but the emphatic follow. Down it goes for Ayton.
DeAndre Ayton was that big man force that Phoenix needed him to be.
Able to do so ahead to Booker. Lost the handle, drops it off to Ayton.
Ayton with the big time jump.
So Rubio's game that does not get enough credit, and that is his defense. His heel left the
Out there looking like a skinny Shaq.
This guy is
Just
so
playing,
good.
guys. Just playing.
4-year contract extension.
Drains the three.
Cash in on their own triple. Kind of NBA range. You're looking for the power forwards. His heel looking for the and one. Now, the one thing that, as Fox, you can just see how quick and slippery he is into the paint.
Fox had a decent game getting to the hole too.
I think everybody's anxious to see what McHale can do in his second season. As Bates takes the beat, rolls to the rim, and slams it home. Here at Fox.
The Suns pretty much dominated down low inside. When it came to inside, the Phoenix Suns dominated that game. You don't want to let Booker get hot, right? Is that Steve Vince Carter? Vince Carter still playing? Ooh, lucky bank on that one.
I'm always afraid of that kind of guy that's playing against his former team.
Nice movement inside. Had strong preseason camps and figured to be part of the rotation. Quick turnaround.
Aiden with the smooth turnaround. He's looking really good this year. Beautiful pass to Bielisa.
Down it goes. And
Bielisa looks like he's been working on that three-pointer. Real smooth.
Despite bodies clinging to him, taps it up and in. But Johnson relishing the opportunity to be kind of a six-man catalyst for Monty Williams. Heel with another beautiful.
Buddy Hill, nothing but bottom.
13 points on 5 of 8 shooting. Fox. A little change of pace right there, and he froze Carter. He just said, look, I know this guy's going to make the right play. As Fox, despite the harassing defense, able to knock it down.
Swipe of the Fox. With the jumper, mid-range game. Buddy Hill on fire.
His third, he's got 16. Third, able to back that one away.
Kings up by 9 in the second quarter.
Picks the pocket.
Oubre Jr. dunking on folks.
Rubio on the drive, able to use his length on the young Fox. Back within 5. Under 3 to go here in this first half. Heel with the step back. And he is locked in here in this first half.
Buddy Hill was not missing in the first half.
Matchup out front between Joseph and Rubio. Dedmon rolls to the basket. Didn't get it initially.
Ooh, still made that, and he needed the defender.
Back into the third inside. Great help defense from Oubre Jr. who smothers that one.
He made Bagley look small on that block.
So good at squeezing through a front man.
Mark able to slip past.
Beautiful pass, beautiful dunk.
Back into the third.
They had to go over to miss.
About violations, of course, goaltending and basket interference. But then once you get into 2 minutes, it's Rubio. Plucks that one away up ahead to Booker. Lobbing it top to Oubre.
Oubre was everywhere
The one department the Suns really excelled in.
this game.
Really after the first of the year. Booker, quick pull up. 2014 championship squad is Ayton inside, rolls to the basket. Thought there might be a
They
foul
had no
initially,
answer
but
for
stayed with it.
DeAndre Ayton.
Rubio on the drive, the finish, and the foul. Ayton stands his ground and forces the miss. Oubre Jr. gets loose, and the finish. And Luke Walton wants a timeout.
Oubre Jr. was having fun
Lawrence out of
last
the
night.
corner. Cools off the fire a little bit with that dribble.
Making it very difficult for Buddy here.
The Suns giving the Kings a heavy dose of their own medicine from a year ago. Lob up top
So this is basically when
for the Kings.
the Suns took over the game.
Step back three on the way.
They seemed like they were making every shot.
They won rebound
The
advantage.
Kings seemed like they were
31
turning
seconds.
over every possession.
Rivers trying to fight through the Rashawn Holmes screen. And Bogdanovich.
Worry about that guy. That guy, he can be sleep.
We said the Suns have turned the tables on the Kings here. And one of the categories that they were top in the league. And Javon Carter with a knockdown three.
Turn the tide in this game.
Johnson thought about the three instead. Feeds it over to Carter, who cuts it loose from deep.
Oh man, Carter with the three. So that's about it. That's about all I have. I just want to say thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening. Sorry if I sounded tired during that podcast, but it was because I was. It was like midnight at night at the end of a long day. So hopefully you'll still subscribe to me. We're going to have a Kings Convo every night after the game. So if you love the Kings, stay tuned, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay with me because I got more for you. All right, y'all, I'm out.